The death toll mounts and emotions run high in my review of Attack on Titan, Episode 22. This episode is just another good example of why Attack on Titan is one of the best anime you'll see this year, because it's the perfect balance of absolutely everything. The art, the action, the characters, voice acting, music, backgrounds, every little thing in this show just bleeds perfect atmosphere, and this episode demonstrated that. I love how the episode immediately opened up with action. If you guys remember last week's episode, we saw the female Titan literally swallowed Eren alive and just started to run off and escape. And Mikasa has a pretty good idea that he's probably alive, and yes, he is. And that's when we get this excuse to see Mikasa and Levi team up. And it's freaking awesome. I was really looking forward to this because Mikasa is such a great character and so is Captain Levi, but they're always sort of on the sidelines. We're all sort of just waiting for them. We know they can do something badass and they finally get to do it in this one. And even though they are teaming up here, it's really Levi who steals the show in the beginning. Now, I'm not saying he's Sonic the Hedgehog, but he's Sonic the Hedgehog when he rolls up the female Titan's arm and just, like, starts slicing her up. It is so awesome the way he's able to just dice this bitch up, put her against a tree, and then slowly have her arms fall. And then he comes across and then just gives her a big old Joker smile across the face and has her entire jaw hit the floor. It's awesome. Eren somehow has survived and actually just falls right out of the female Titan's mouth. He's in this sort of weird mucus cocoon, and Mikasa and Levi are able to save him. You'd think from this point on that there'd be a lot of sunshine and smiles from the fact that they just captured Eren, but they didn't capture the female Titan. A lot of people are dead. The entire mission, pretty much a failure. What's even more fucked up is we get to see that some of the sideline soldiers are basically complaining that they're not going to be able to reclaim the bodies of their comrades, and then it's up to Erwin and Levi to tell them, no, leave them on the sidelines. It'd just be trouble if you went after them. There's only so few of us, and the Titans could come right after us. This segues into another action scene where we get to see that the entire Recon Corps is finally making their way back to the walls, when suddenly we get to see some Titans are right behind them, and it happens to be those guys who are going after their friend's body, and this causes a ton of other Titans to come from all directions to start attacking them left and right. And we do get another pretty cool action scene where we mostly get to see Mikasa saving these guys, but a few of them do get taken out in a pretty fucked up manner. The scene manages to get more disturbing and fucked up when we go to the inner city of the walls, and we get to see some of the family members of people of the Survey Corps are happy to see that some of them are coming back. Unfortunately, the ones that we're introduced to happen to be the people related to Gunther and Eldo and Petra, and it's just really messed up because you know they're not going to be returning. That's when we have this flashback where we have Eren and Mikasa watching the Survey Corps come back when they were kids. We've seen this stuff before, but I like the scene because it sort of reinforces what's happening next, where we get to see that all of the Survey Corps are finally making their way back into the walls, and pretty much everybody's pissed at them. Like, everybody just is disappointed by the fact that they're not getting anything done. People are just dying. But you know what? It's because they're fucking cowards. They don't have the balls to get out there and fight against these giant fucking zombie creatures. Eren finally knows what it's like to be one of these guys now, and you can truly see the devastation in all the members of the Recon Corps' faces. A scene that was really hard to watch, of course, was when Petra's father came in and started talking to Captain Levi. He obviously doesn't know that Petra is dead, but she is dead. Somehow the episode continues to be a complete downer. We get to see everybody is just cursing Captain Erwin left and right, and then we learn at the end of the episode that they're all heading to the capital to have some sort of trial of some sorts, and it looks like Eren is going to be handed over to them directly, so not very good. This is the part of the episode where they throw the to be continued screen right at you, and you just want to curse loudly. So even though this seemed like kind of a downer episode, it's still a pretty fantastic episode of Attack on Titan. Like I said, it had a great balance of everything that I particularly like in an anime series. You know, I'm an action junkie, so anytime they show that stuff, I'm just totally into it, and I love just watching them fight against the Titans like that. They don't show it as much as I think they should, but maybe that's a good thing, because when it does happen, it blows your mind. The entire chase sequence was, like a lot of the other ones in the series, very panicky. I can really feel the terror that they're feeling when all this is happening, especially when you're out in the open in the middle of the field. I mean, you really can't attack these things that well unless you're like a complete badass like Mikasa or Levi. It sucks to be Eren this week, too. I really feel for the character, because he can't really catch a break. Because, I mean, think about it. All his life, he's just wanted to join the Recon Corps. He's finally done it. But he's only done it because he's transformed into a giant monster, and now everybody's essentially just trying to claim him and chain him up. And that's the one thing Eren doesn't want to happen. He doesn't want to be chained up and be behind a wall. And you gotta imagine how much that's just completely fucking with his head. So really it's a struggle having to watch Eren have to go through all of this. but that's what makes him such an interesting character, the fact that he's continuing to go forth and do all this crazy shit. So, there it is. Awesome episode of Attack on Titan. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Only reason is because I didn't really care for the flashback that much, but I understand why it was put in to sort of show, like, that's what happened then, this is what's happening now to them, so I can get it. There were a ton of other little things that I didn't even go over in the episode. I'm going to let you guys check them out for yourselves because it was just a really good one. I don't want to give every single little detail away. But otherwise, the series is almost done with its very first season. It's been one hell of a season, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in these last couple of episodes. I'm truly excited. So I thought that was a pretty awesome episode of Attack on Titan, but what about you guys? Were there any favorite moments you had? Were there any moments that made you a little teary-eyed? You can let me know with your comments below. And you guys know the drill. Before we leave, make sure and give the video a thumbs up. Absolutely one of the best ways to support our videos. That and checking out some of the ones we got up top. You know the sales pitch by now. So, I'll see you next time, guys. Super Combi Guru 9000. Out.